If y'all only knew. Greetings and welcome to the 1-6 Scale Man proudly presents, you know what it is, Collectors Lounge International, Sunday Fun Day, all day, every day. And I'm so glad to have everybody here with me and the rest of the panel today. It's going to be a great discussion, as it always is every Sunday. I guarantee you it's not going to be as spicy as you think. Could get that way, but it's going to be a clean discussion with a lot of focus. Y'all saw what I did there, right? Clean discussion. With a lot of focus, straight up. You see how I did that. But anyway, man, thank you for having everybody here, everybody being here with us today. It's a nice day outside. I actually had a wedding, well, not my wedding, but we attended a wedding yesterday. It was an incredible wedding, really, really festive. Didn't get to bed till late, but I'm up here with you guys right now, and I'm so excited. But let me bring on the incredible panel. Actually, before I do that, because I always do this, I want to push this going forward so everybody actually realizes, again, we want to actually talk about this again. Halloween Initiative. Halloween Initiative is the initiative that I'm actually pushing right now. From here to mid-October is basically donating to a great cause to kids less fortunate, unable to purchase costumes, for Halloween, and to be able to celebrate Halloween, is always a must and is always a major thing. So again, I want to give back, especially to the less fortunate children who want to actually be able to go out, celebrate and collect candy and just be a part of this festivity, but are less fortunate, unable to really afford costumes. Again, every donation is a good donation. $1.99, $5, whatever. And I wanted to make a special announcement here today. I told everybody I would, and I'm going to make that announcement. The announcement is we are actually going to have a raffle, okay? A raffle for this Halloween initiative. And a raffle is for the Iron Scavenger, aka Vulture figure from In Art. It was a donation from Funky Code Santa. So Funky Code Santa, thank you so much for that, man. So it's going to be basically a raffle coming up. Me and Toya are putting it together to make sure it is actually ready to go. We will be raffling off this figure. And basically at the end of it, there's going to be different slots. Once those slots are available, or once we filled up the slots, then basically what happened is we'll go right ahead and make sure that everybody has, their piece. Ooh. Anyway, I just brought everybody in here because Focus dropped out, but I got him here with us. But anyway, yes, to continue on, it will be basically a raffle for the Iron Scavenger Vulture figure. So yes, that will basically be going up pretty soon, but that's going to be a part of the Halloween initiative. So again, everybody, shout out to Funky Code Santa for and he actually said, you know what, he didn't want me to mention his name. But I said, bro, I have to. He's like, okay, well, thank you. He's like, I'm just doing this for a great cause. And I want him to be recognized because, he is a pillar in this community. Funky Code Santa, thank you so much for everything that you basically do and also donated this figure. Again, it will be raffled off, for such a great cause. Again, Halloween initiative, we'll be running from right now all the way until mid-October. So everybody participate and thank you so much. Yes, it's going to be a good thing. But enough of me talking, man. I got this crazy panel here. Incredible, good-looking individuals, man. And everybody's up, bright. It's bright and early for me and Cam. It's like the evening time for everybody else. So good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, everybody. How y'all doing?
Good afternoon, good evening, good night. How you doing?
Straight up, man. Rich, how you doing, man? How's your evening going so far, bro?
Day's been awesome. The weekend's been great. I've had a lovely time with my family. I picked up one hell of a deal, and I'm going to tell you really quickly. It's a Prime 1/3 Batman Noel statue, right?
Wow.
For, drumroll please, the exclusive version, $350.
shit.
Blimey.
Wait a minute. That thing retails over like what? That's like $1,200, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the guy's missus, respect to him, to marry a good lady who collects like that. But she broke it. She dropped it, and so the leg came undone and stuff like this. So they had it repaired, and then he put it on eBay. Straight away, it came up on my alerts. I was like straight in and got it, and I drove down to Birmingham and picked it up. And honestly, it's fantastic. I'm building something on the corner of here, which I'll show you next week.
Okay.
For my Prime ones, but my second Prime one for so cheap as well. So for the price of a hot toy, I got a Prime one. Can't believe it. So I've done really well with that one. And I also got my DX19 finally through as well. So I'm really happy.
Oh, you got the DX19?
I haven't opened him yet. I'm going to do an unboxing and review this week. But I've on Shane's recommendation, I've got the bat pod on the way as well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know DX19 is a sore spot for somebody on here right now. We will get to that in just a second. And I have somebody backstage, a special guest, and I'm going to bring on in just a few moments. So I'll have him here in a minute. But Cam, what's going on with you, brother? How you doing, man?
Beautiful Sunday, man. As you see, very bright outside for me.
Hell yeah.
It's actually gloomy, which is crazy. So they could get brighter. Thank goodness it's not. But yeah, man, thanks for having me as always. Let's get into it. Let's go.
And none other than the focused one, my man, Shane, 16 Figure Focus. What's going on with you, brother?
Not much, man. Just had a really productive day and really, really nice weekend. So just looking forward to chatting about some collecting.
Yeah, let's go. Chatting about some collections, and I guarantee you that DX19 will be there soon, bro. We already know it's there, so don't worry about it. Attention seeking geek, my man Ben. What's going on with you, man? How you doing, brother?
Well, as I explained to you backstage, I fell through my child's toy box today and cut from elbow to hand. So I'm having a great Sunday, everyone. But I'm here, and if I lose enough blood to pass out,
we got you, bro.
Yeah, it's 999 in the UK, not 911 or whatever.
I'll jump with a plane. It might take me 8 hours or so to get there, bro. But I'll try.
Is that a promise of mouth to mouth?
I'll try to help.
I'm in.
I'll try to help you out. I got you.
With that fresh haircut, I'm in.
I got you, bro. You already know. Before we actually go ahead and bring this special guest in with us, I want to actually address the super chats we got in here. We got a $9.99 super chat, courtesy of Collectible Chats, showing some love of the initiative. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for that, man. Thank you very much for that $9.99 super chat. Again, your name will be attached to a gift or of a costume to a kid from you. So thank you very much for that, man. Also, we have my man Abraham Mustafa, $4.99 super chat. I believe the children are our future. Good morning, fellas. Yes, they are, bro. That's always a golden statement because that is the truth. They are our future, man. So I definitely appreciate that. And thank you for being here, man. We got a $5 super chat by my man AJ Agrusa that just came through. Here's the kids for the kids. Love spreading the Halloween fun. Man, thank you so much, AJ. And that beard is amazing, bro. Love that beard, AJ.
That is AJ.
Well-rounded, isn't it?
AJ, that beard is nice looking, buddy. I like that, man. So again, before we actually go ahead and continue to just the chat, I'm going to bring in the special guest here. This is my mellow pop culture living room. My man, what's going on? How are you doing, Costa?
Hey, thanks for having me. It's been a very eventful morning during our running around, doing errands, popped the tire. So had to deal with that. That's why I'm a little late, but yeah.
It's better late than never, bro.
Good.
Better late than never, bro. So glad to have you here, man.
Excited to talk with some of my friends here.
Hell yeah,
Shane,
man. Let's go.
Ben.
Yeah.
Cam's now my new friend. You are. You're my new friend, Cam.
It's official. It's official.
You can't say no. And now, Rich, you're gonna be my friend too, Rich.
Yeah.
It's always good to meet. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
I've been trying to get Cam to be my friend for about 4 months.
Are you kidding me?
You gotta force them. You gotta force them.
Ben, Ben's the troublemaker, man. That's definitely a troublemaker,
I
man.
love
Like
Ben. Come on. I
Yeah.
love Ben. We have
Who doesn't?
Ben and I have
Who
so much
doesn't?
in common.
Who doesn't?
Crazy.
Who doesn't? You learn from everybody pretty much on this panel. I mean, straight up. Shane, you know what, man? What fucks me up, bro? Every time I come downstairs, bro, I'm looking at my shit and I'm like, yo, this shit is dirty as fuck. I'm like, I gotta go through and wipe. Like, you just go through your shit to start wiping shit down. It's like, I don't want to get embarrassed, and I would never invite him to my house because I know he gonna look at my shit and be like, yo, bro, we gotta do something with that. we gotta do something with that.
I'll pass on Michael Caine's number to you. He's very reasonable. He does an hourly rate, and he just talks in a delightful accent for all the time. Yeah, so he does a great job. Michael Caine.
Michael Caine, my guy, man, my guy. We got Andre. He said, not a fan of kids, but fully support Halloween.
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, the honesty is very.
At least you're honest, man.
Yeah.
But this is the special way for you to say that you're a Grinch, but you still like to give the kids a pass. I got you, bro. No problem, man. Thank you for the super chat as always. While we're here, let me address the chat. We got Night Serena's in the building, man. Thank you for basically being here, buddy. We got who is Shiny Feezy Figs is in the building. Andre, of course, AJ Agrusa. We got William Owens here. We got The Empire Strikes Again is with us here. We got G17 Collectibles in the building. Thank you for being here. CT603 Ren's Talentino is in the building. Thank you for being here. Abraham Mustafa as always. DT Art, man. We got Collectible Chats. Hugh G. I want y'all to read this name. Huge G Rexon.
I hope you're proud of yourself, Hugh.
Yeah, yeah, it's funny. We got wow. Let's see here. Who else we got? We said G17 Collectibles.
Just call him Boner for now.
Boner for now. Mike Fiala's in the building. Andre, we got let me see here. Mark Mitchell is in the building. Man, what is in the building? Who else we got here with us? We got quite a few that's actually kicking through. PT Works is in the building. We got Scaled Down Shenanigans is in the building. Malika Mabane, thank you for being here. Windman 42 is in the building as always. Let's see here. And we got Sky Esteban is here with us. Who else we got? My man Commander G.H. Green. I can't wait. H. Green, I cannot wait for you to get that speeder, bro, to see what you're going to do with it. It's going to be incredible. Calvin Williams, my man Calvin Williams. Again, happy anniversary week for you, bro. You and your missus. Thank you for basically being here, man. Can't wait to see Calvin. Y'all have to meet Calvin Williams in person. Like when y'all meet him, I met him at Celebration. He's one of the smoothest cats. Like super smooth, bro. But he just peeks up around you, be like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" Like, and he talks with his hands too. So, like, you know what I mean? When he talks with his hands, he was like, "Yo, you know, I got something I got to show you." And he'll pull out his phone and he'll just show you all this shit. And I'm like, "Yo, this dude is the real deal." Calvin Williams, shout out to you, my man. Can't wait to see you again, bro. But yeah, man, quite a few people in here. Blitz 0065 is in the building. Again, Kate Carter, my man Kate Carter is in the building. 215. Thank you for being here, my guy. And of course, party won't be a party without Bob Dylan. If you don't got Bob Dylan on your panels, you ain't doing something right. You got to have Bobby D. If you ain't got Bobby D in here, you definitely ain't doing something right. So shout out to Bobby D. Thank you for basically being here. Real Limes is in the building as well. Double Dragon Collectors is in the building, and we got Paulo 89 is in the building. Peter Pacheco is in the building. Jay Beats is in the building. Odin 01 is in the building. Yes, we got quite a few. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's going to be a great show. Now, before we tackle some of these collectible pieces that we got, I just had a question again. I said this at the top. I was talking about this with the guys behind the scene. There's a lot going on out in the community. Okay. There's always conversations that, you know, some good conversations, some conversations are like, are they really worth talking about? Because the thing is, it's like this. I'm pretty sure like everybody on this panel, we collect toys and we recognize that. We collect toys or we collect statues. We collect, I mean, this is basically what we do now, but at the same time, we're not new school to this. I think I consider all of us pros because we're selective in what we get. We've been doing this and we've enjoyed this IP since we were young. It's not something that we're new to. But at the same time, with that being said, it draws on that level of nostalgia that we came up with. Now, we are also content creators, all of us here. We create content, we put it out there for people to enjoy, whether it's showing you basically how to display your stuff. Costa, I mean, you're a pro at that. Showing you how to display your stuff, good photography, keeping it clean and keeping it honest. My man Shane, all day, every day. Showing you how to basically innovate, you know, being really creative, always having that energy, coming up with different cosplay pieces when you're actually doing this, talking about movies, talking about collectibles. Ben, my guy, all day, every day. Of course, we got my cousin Cam, who actually comes up with the blue milk, keeps it silky smooth while he talks about collectibles.
It's here for the juice, everybody.
I mean, that's how he does. Draws a man. And of course, my man Rich, who basically brings them there with the movie reviews, collectibles, stuff like that. Very welcoming, as always, man. It's so good to actually, and this is what we do. This is a part of what we actually do. We create, we put this content out there to you guys, and it was our responsibility to do things like this. There's good and there's bad, but I want to get everybody's perspective, their own perspective. The question is, okay, what is the responsibility of a content creator? Are we the gatekeepers? Do you consider us the gatekeepers? And then we have a responsibility to put that positive energy out there? Or do you think that we're supposed to evoke a negative energy? Like, what is it? I mean, maybe it's just me and I'm just that guy that just wants to always, and I'm just naive, just wanting everything to be positive. I know there's negative, but I try to divert from it. But what do you guys think? I mean, I'll start with you, Shane. What do you think about this, bro?
Damn, I thought you were going to pick someone else, and
Nope. I'm going straight to you. I got to get you. I got to get you out the way first, bro, because I know, we got to get you first.
Right. So, honesty and transparency are, I think, really important for me. Mm-hmm. But like, I do this because I enjoy it, mm-hmm. and because I like to connect. Like, if I didn't do this, I wouldn't be on this panel now talking to people all over the world with the same passion. Like, so for me, like, the gatekeepers, or do we have responsibilities? Like, yeah, I don't really know. Like, when someone asks a question like that, it reminds me of watching my favorite comedian, Ricky Gervais, one of his live stand-up shows. And he said that every now and then he'll say something in a stand-up show or in a TV show that he's written and stars in. And every now and then someone will get on their typewriter, that's just the way he described it, and start complaining to the Channel 4 or BBC about this shouldn't be on TV or on the radio, or you shouldn't be able to allow a stand-up say such a terrible thing.
Yeah. And
he's like, his comeback was like, okay, when I tell a joke, whether it's live, as part of a TV show or, like a chat show, mm-hmm. I'm giving the audience the respect that they have the intelligence to realize it's a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I say, I love this figure, I'm really excited about it. It's one of my favorite films. It links back to my childhood. It's very nostalgic. I love the design. I love everything about it. The price isn't bad. I'm going to get it from here. That's just me sharing my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Or no, it shouldn't. That really shouldn't influence anybody who's watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would never tell anyone what to do. I'm just saying, I'm psyched about this. I'm psyched about it. I got a good deal. I love it, or whatever. Maybe I overpaid for whatever, but I'd like to think that my subscribers have the intelligence to do whatever they want. Mm-hmm. Whether they're new collectors or not, they're not new to life. They're not new to money. They're not, you know what I mean? So
yeah, a
responsibility. I think the only responsibility that I have is that I'm honest and transparent. That's what I try to be.
Yeah.
I don't typically I don't know. I would be offended if someone said my content was negative. I would genuinely be offended, because even if I don't like something, I'm just going to say, okay, it's not for me. I don't like that IP, or I think the head sculpt's off. But in terms of like having a bash and being really annoyed and swearing about it, that's just not me. Like, so the gatekeepers, no, I don't think so. I think the gatekeepers are watching us. They are their own gatekeepers, their own responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, the biggest thing here is that we have a duty, a straight duty to basically be as honest as possible, whether we like the figures or not. But, and respectfully, where it's not one of those things where it becomes a bash on the creators and, those who, and the artist behind the piece. Is just that, look, here's a little, of constructive criticism on how we think that, because we grow to expect, we have expectations of these individuals when it comes to making things, and creating these pieces for us, and we're putting our money into it. So, if you've already build up this reputation, then again, you also have to welcome the good with the bad. You know what I mean? So, but when it comes to operational type of situations that go behind doors, I mean, that's behind the scenes. If we don't know enough about it and we don't know these agreements that have actually been made, who are we to talk about it? Because then they all, like what happened just a few days ago, the truth comes out and everything is exposed in its own time. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's just our duty to physically draw off of an assumption. You feel me? To make our own assumptions, to say that, all right, this is okay, I knew this is what it was. This is how, this, that, and the third, and this company's this, that. I just don't fall in that category. So I kind of take myself out of it. Cam, what do you think, bro? Like, what's your response to this question? You're muted.
Shit.
Nice try. Nice try, Cam.
All right. I was like,
it's always planned.
My microphone's broken. I can't speak on it. So yeah, I think for us, when I look back and I think of the word gatekeeper, that I think that term probably shouldn't go under content creators, just because the fact that we're here to give an honest, not a yes man opinion about the things that we love to collect. That's why people subscribe to us, because they want to know what our honest opinion is about this figure. Not, about any other drama that might be partaking outside of the collection and the collecting world as well. So for us, it's like, I just don't think that our opinion is based on what we like, right? Yeah. And what we love and what we think looks good. But by any means, people out there should never take our opinions literal, Yeah. I mean, because your collection, I don't buy your figures. I don't buy the figures at your house. Yeah. So you want your collection to be whatever you want your collection to be. So, I mean, you can only take our opinion to a certain extent, but don't take it to like, oh man, I need to match this guy's collection. Oh, my things needs to look like this, Make sure you responsibly have your own outlook on what you want your whole entire collection to look like at the end of the day as well. I agree. But that's just how I feel about it though. Gatekeepers is just it's a hard term to talk about, or a hard thing to say, because it's like, I mean, because we're the ones in the forefront that are up on the screen that are talking about these figures that release week to week. So, I mean, I would think people just look at us like Focus said. You would think our subscribers are. I'm pretty sure they are intelligent enough to know the difference between our opinions opposed to other things that are going on out there at the same time. So, and
the thing is with the term gatekeeper, which I put this up there specifically for a reason, because I can't. That comes with a level of responsibility that I don't want. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, the moment that somebody says something bad, or they say something that a person doesn't really agree with, then this Chinese whispers begin. You know what I mean? It just goes through, a whole stream of just negative, just commentary, and it's just, it becomes it just is a constant thing. Right. And I don't like the label, but some people may look at us as the gatekeepers for certain things, and I'm like, that's heavy. But the responsibility as a content creator is always in question. Like, and I should have changed that. What is the true intent of what are your intentions as a content creator? Because I think that would actually be leveled out a bit more. But I'll go to you, Costa. What do you think, man?
Interesting topic to start with. Before I start, did I miss something that happened a few days ago that maybe I'm
To be quite honest, you didn't miss a thing.
Okay.
I'll just say that.
Did it involve like T-dubs and stuff like that? Or
It involved, it involved the company, two companies on the back end. Yeah.
Are you talking about the Queen Studios thing? And
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
and there's now a charity boxing match where there's going to be a representative from Toys Wonderland.
I would watch that.
Yeah, that'd be really good. Yeah,
that'd be really good.
Oh, we need that. You should get that going, Ben.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Now,
sorry.
That's copyrighted, dude. You gotta be careful. I
didn't finish it. I didn't finish it.
It's all right, man. I sing Michael Jackson all the time. It's cool.
Yeah, you do. You do.
So, for me, I try to go with the philosophy of put out positivity, into the world. I don't want to bash anybody, bash anything, or just talk negatively. Now, there's a difference between talking negatively and having an opinion on, like, let's say you're doing a review on something and just something's not right. There's a difference between that and just going out there and saying, or starting a fight and this person's doing this shit and you shouldn't be doing this. And there's a difference with that. I like to follow. I don't know if you guys know Gary Vaynerchuk, the CEO guy. He just every day he just wants everybody to succeed. And that's what I want. I want everybody to succeed, whether it's you're collecting, whether you're trying to make one of these cases, whether you're trying to, do whatever in your life, because putting out negativity in the world is really not something that we need right now. As far as gatekeepers, I feel that, like, when I put out an opinion, it's an opinion. You still have to make your own decision. If I'm doing a preview, I'm going to give you all the information. I'm going to do it hopefully in an entertaining way. But in the end, it's up to you to go and pre-order it or buy it. And when I do a review, I'm going to be honest. If the thing starts falling apart in the middle of the review, I'm not going to be, just like, oh, well, we'll fix it with some super glue or something. No, I'm going to tell you, this is what's happening. But again, I'm not going to say yes or no, you should get this or not. I want you to look at the review in its entirety and, make your own judgments. You'll get good views of the figure. You'll get my opinion of the figure. But in the end, if you love it and you can deal with any kind of shortcomings, that, that's up to you to buy it. You can't bash me if you go buy it and then it turns out to be, total shit. I gave you my experience. It might not be the same as your experience either.
Yeah.
So yeah. And when it comes to, because like on my site, I'll put links to where you can, buy, the different materials and stuff. I do feel like there's some responsibility in there if I'm pushing you to go to a place to purchase things that they're not continuously, crapping on my subscribers. So if they go to Amazon and they keep on getting shit on by Amazon, I'm gonna think it through and see if there's another outlet where I can, have them go to. So Amazon might not be the best because there's all kinds of, shops on Amazon. But for example, where I get the aluminum from, Ooze Nest in the UK, if they start doing shitty things to my subscribers and I hear it and it just like, it's not one person, it turns out to be 10, 20, I'm going to reconsider it because I want my subscribers to have a good experience through the whole thing. And that's why I try to tell everybody, if you have questions, come to me. I will help you. I want you to succeed. I want your stuff to look good. I want you to be happy and sit down in your living room or wherever your display room is and just like sit back and have a drink and just admire, you know, your collection. Cause I want that for everybody. So,
bro.
You know, I guess I'm all over the place with this.
Nah, man,
just
like
depends on the situation, you know?
Yeah, nah, I get it, man. And I think, you know, again, for us, again, somebody said, like, I mean, the term gatekeeper, like, again, it's sort of like, it's not a bad word, but it's a bad word when it comes to content creating, because again, like, we're just giving our opinions. We're very opinionated about, you know, products.
Yeah.
We try to tell you the ins and out of an actual product that we actually receive, whether we like it or we love it. You know what I mean? You know, we all collect figures. We have a community where people can come in and, you know, voice their opinion back and forth. And I love that. I love that we actually have this platform to do so. But I think sometimes it gets misconstrued, and we give our honest opinions, and we're supposed to. But at the same time, it's just like, again, I don't want to be the type without knowing, if I don't have the source, and if I don't have, you know, pretty much the documentation or, you know, any type of disclaimer, anything from the companies who are selling these products, if I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, whatever agreement that they actually have, it is not my job to get on a platform and tell you what's going on when I don't really know. When there's no physical proof, there's no proof that I have in front of me that I can read a statement from both parties involved that's saying, okay, this is how things are ran and this is the agreement. So it's not my job to do that, because then I make an ass out of myself, especially if the truth comes out. You feel me? Now here's again, that is no, and I'm saying this because I'm not trying to basically throw anybody under the bus, but I think that I can honestly say that half of us are here for what? Not half of us, but I think all of us are here for what? Because we collect figures, and we're here to talk about figures, right? If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but and to give us give the honest opinions about it, especially if a new creators or new collectors are coming in the community and they want to know. We give them the information. Rich, what is your opinion on this, man?
I have a few. So I came into this hobby collecting like I've always collected throughout my life, and I was exposed to quite a big YouTuber who reviewed figures, and I went down that rabbit hole of ordering from that said company because that person said, this is how I got these figures, because I had because I'm in the UK, there's not that much exposure as to where to get these things from. I did get burnt here and there, but what I didn't do is start a channel and start bitching about it. What I did was I learned from the mistake and I went elsewhere, and I went through trial and error, and I found out for myself which was the best route for me to get my figures, and I'm still learning. But with me, when I put my content out there, when I eventually get to it, that's one of the reasons why I've done it. I've purposefully held back somewhat with regards to talking about stuff like this, because I don't want to jump into and give it too much oxygen. Little dramas of what's happened this week with everything has, in the grand scheme of things, with the world and the collecting community and people's money struggles and the recession that's coming and all this stuff like this, is not a big deal. But what we do is love this hobby, and what we should do is talk about what we love. Yes, things aren't right. We'll talk about those, what we don't like. And that's why we have a somewhat responsibility of people who are putting themselves out there on the internet. You're going to get negativity and positivity from both sides, but you've got to give honesty. And for me, I'm as blunt as can be, but I'm always try to be as positive as I can be with stuff. So for me, I want to be positive. I want to be passionate about something. That's why I try to not talk about too much stuff when I put a content out there. If I'm not bothered about it, I won't say too much about it. A couple of weeks ago, we had the Winter Soldier, and I can't remember what the other thing was released. And it was the Venomized Iron Man.
Yeah.
Slow news day for me. Didn't know what to say. I was like, all right, so all right, I won't get it. But that was it, because I didn't want to go, it's a bag of shit, I'm not going to buy it, no one else buy it, all this kind of stuff.
Said it now, Rich.
So that's what you really thought then. Oh, look.
No, it's not. But it's not. But that's what I'm saying, is that, like, I, as a content creator, would not want to sway somebody's opinion so much that they don't get it for the sake of my off the cuff response. I want to think about it. And that's why, like, I respect Shane so much when he puts his videos out there, and when he has discussions like here, he's so honest and very thoughtful when he puts those thoughts out there. And for me, I want to bring out positivity. I will question stuff when things aren't right. But at the same time, we can't just keep jumping on little bits of news just because it's like with this thing that's happened this week. In the grand scheme of things, not a big deal. And there's a lot of content creators who have jumped on that and done streams for hours and hours and hours, bitching and moaning about everything. And sometimes it's like, I've had to turn a few of these streams off this week because I've been like, oh, Jesus Christ, really? Is this what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, for me, I want to talk about how I got this figure. Can you save money by getting it? And is there another way of going down the route of getting it and focus on the stuff that you love rather than things that you think someone else is getting that you should get? So that's the kind of response why I started doing something like this, and why I want to be on this kind of channel all the time is have that opinion and be honest as possible, rather than just jumping on a bandwagon just for the sake. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense, just because. And again, it's like, I mean, to each their own. If they want to have the conversation, it's fine. But I think there's a time and place. And at the same time, it's like we're responsible for what the things. Again, you know, my dad always basically says, one word out of your mouth can affect the world. One word. One simple word can come out of your mouth and affect the entire world if it's said correctly or incorrectly, like literally. So I think for me, you know, again, I don't talk about these things because I personally don't know what goes on behind the door, behind closed doors. I don't know enough about these companies to know how their inner workings are. Is this, if you give me my figure, fine. If I can get it cheap from you, fine. That's just how it is. Like Shane always says, I have no fucking loyalty to any of these companies.
I never swear.
Yes, you do. So I can basically buy, you know, where I want, how I want. And it's not because just because this person may not like the company, okay, that's fine. You don't have to like the company, but if they got something cheap, I'm gonna buy it. Especially if it's a figure I want, I'm going to get it. If I can get it from this company, oh hell yeah, I'll support. I support any company who's going to give me something that I want. I'm not going to bash them because maybe if what happened to you may not have happened to me. Just like the experiences that I may have had, you might not have had that with this company. A lot of people say that about Sideshow. Oh, I've never had a bad experience from them. So, okay, cool. That's fine. Tell that to the people like me that are still sitting on clone troopers that they've paid for 3 weeks. So, I mean, that's a bad experience that I've had with the company. So any and every company, I don't give a fuck who it is, retailer, reseller, third party, overseas, mainland North America, I don't care. Every company you go through has issues. Nobody's exempt. Nobody is exempt. You have had, and there have been experiences. Some people will share that. So that's the thing, is like, it's always a personal attack between two known companies. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, if we know this, then it shouldn't be something that's new to us now. You know what I mean? Ben, what do you feel about it, bro?
Well, it's ironic, isn't it? You know, we've actively tried to not talk about it, but we're talking about it. Like, you know, like but like for me, and it actually links to a stream that I was on yesterday over on Jason Parker Comics channel about what's going on over in the comic book collecting world at the moment with the Ultimate Fallout variant and all of that stuff. Like, and it kind of links to what Rich was saying, you know, like we should be talking about the figures, the characters, the stories, you know, that's what we should be talking about. And ultimately it kind of becomes a show about the stock market or whatever, talking about companies and, you know, marketing. And like I work Monday to Friday to do that. I don't want to talk about that stuff, you know, outside of work. Like I want to talk about the reason I collect, which is escapism and a love for storytelling, you know, and how these figures kind of extend that storytelling and passion. So yeah, like it's pretty tiresome. Also, I would say that I do think we have a responsibility, because like I can't speak from experience because I don't get enough views, but like if you get to a certain point on YouTube, and while Shane sort of said about, you know, everyone kind of being sensible enough, like I would kind of juxtapose that and say that not everyone is as sensible, and there are viewers that are young and impressionable, or brand new and kind of impressionable to our opinions. So there is a responsibility to kind of, yeah, be honest, but also be completely transparent, you know. And like, if I'm being sold to, I don't mind if someone's honest to me. Like, I'm selling you this. I'm selling you the idea of this company. Just FYI. And then go from there, sort of thing. Like, there's nothing worse than someone trying to like embed sales into, you know, or embed an agenda into kind of conversation and think that you're not going to pick up on that. That is frustrating. So yeah, it's I don't even know what this thing was, by the way. So I can't really speak from experience because I don't really understand all of the.
So let me
myself, but
let me put this out there real quick, because I know a lot of people are asking, and I'm just going to say it, then I'm going to drop it. We're going to move on to the next topic. Okay. So apparently there was a thing going on right now. There was a message that was put out by Queen Studio, or you know, they put out a statement against Toys Wonderland, saying that there are certain practices, certain things that they are involved in that they do not endorse, and that they basically said that, you know, make sure or just be careful who you purchase it from, get it from licensed companies, stuff like that. Whereas Toys Wonderland came back with a rebuttal and was like, they don't know where they got their information from. They have agreed support in, you know, they've been getting support from Queen Studio, in which, you know, they're like, they don't know why this is out, and they know a lot of people had questions about it, so they wanted to address it, which they did. Then another statement was put out by Queen Studio saying that, yes, we do support, or we are, or just in a sense saying that they do support Toys Wonderland for being quote unquote, I guess, distributor. I don't know, or, you know, for all they do and stuff like that. So I guess plain nice. So when I read that, I'm like, okay, to me, this is where this goes. All the time that we've been actually bagging on. Now, mind you, I say this because I, for one, have had bad experiences with Toys Wonderland. I think a lot of people have. They have.
Sure.
Everybody has. I've had bad experiences with Sideshow. Everybody has. I'm pretty sure some people have had bad experience with Toys Buying Agent. I'm pretty sure people have had bad experiences with other distributors, you know, that they may go through. But the thing is, there's always this back and forth with, and I'm tired of hearing Toys Wonderland in the discussion. I'm not shilling for them, but I'm just saying, come on, man. They're not the only fucking company out there who has issues and have had these issues. But it becomes an ongoing discussion. And I think that there's a hidden agenda behind it. Look, at the end of the day, you either buy from a company you want to buy from, or you don't. If you had bad experiences with them, then don't buy from them. Just don't. Buy from somewhere else. It's like the constant discussion, the barrage. It's like, yo, it takes you out of why we're here. We're here to talk about collectibles. We're here talking about the latest collectibles, whether or not we like the head sculpt, whether we or not we like the diorama piece that comes with this figure, whether or not the price is suitable, how to basically display that, finding ways to display the figure, finding ways how to pose that figure, you know, talking about up and coming. Even if you want to speculate on what's going to be coming soon, we can talk about that. But the inner workings of a company is not my concern anymore. It isn't, because I think by now we know that Toys Wonderland has had major problems. I think by now we know, based on that the Clone Wars Anakin and Obi-Wan, that Sideshow has had a problem. We know these things. It happens. It's out there. So how often do we need to have the conversation? It's like when that comes up, then every platform is talking about it. Everyone. But we're kind of just eliminating, or we're getting away from why we do it. And I think that's one of the things I wanted to kind of express. That's all. Really quick, $10 super chat by Bob Dylan totally respect everyone's opinion. Should go without saying, but I would caution newbies. Some vendors have a VIP list, so not every customer will experience the same level of service. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. They do. We know this. It's out there. They do.
And if anyone wants to add me to a VIP list, you can contact me on Instagram.
You know what I mean? Like that's basically it. So anyway, moving on
Just,
from that.
just before you, about halfway through the conversation, you said something like, "Why did we do this?" And there was a book that I haven't read, but I it's on my like to read list, and I never got around to reading, and I forgot about it until Brian Fontaine from Six Scale Scavengers came on Visions. We were having a chat, and he said like, you should ask yourself why, and he said like that Simon Sinek book. So I'm pretty sure I have the author's name there, Simon Sinek. Start with why, and it's kind of like can be applied to do anything. So at the end of the day, like it's like why do you collect? Because you love it. And I know personally why I do YouTube is because it connects me with everyone on the panel and people in the chat, because I just bloody enjoy it. Like it's just a lot of fun. I suppose I don't know if maybe that sounds really cheesy, but it's out there.
It's very cheesy.
It's really nice. It's true though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Very true. So again, that's the discussion I wanted to kind of have, because I don't want to kind of give it that much energy anymore. I don't think it needs to be given that level of energy. But I know some people, felt as though we weren't being as transparent as possible when it comes to letting you know where the discussion comes from. Now now we can basically move from it. And for me personally, I will assure you that I know my responsibility as a content creator. And I know that my responsibility is not to be a role model for everybody. And I'm not. And there's going to be some people out there that may not like what the fuck I say. I get it. I've accepted that responsibility. But also I accept the responsibility for me as a content creator is to talk about figures and the things that excite me. Because to be quite honest, before I even became a content creator, and when I knew nothing about what goes on behind the scenes, I would only tune in to channels that talked about figures. I knew nothing about what was going on behind the scenes. Nothing. I didn't know
and you
anything
were
that was
probably
going
happier
on.
for it.
Yeah, I was a lot happier about it. But then when I'm actually phased into the conversation, and then I'm attacked for not talking about it, it's like, wow, okay.
As my dying uncle once said, with great content comes great responsibility.
I knew you were.
I knew
you were joking as soon as you started talking.
Yeah,
I knew that was coming.
Get out my house. That's what he said.
You're
on my neck.
You're on my neck.
I definitely
It
knew
wouldn't
that.
last long if I was on his neck.
I knew that shit was coming. That shit was coming right around the corner, man. And that was a good segue because we get off the shit. This is what we do at the
Let's
lab.
talk about toys. Let's do this.
I want
Yeah,
to.
man,
We're going to
let's do
talk
it.
about this one. We're going to talk about this one right now. We're going to talk about the Grand Inquisitor that was basically it was actually revealed the other day. Again, even though I'm gonna go through these pictures because it's funny to me. It's funny. I'm going to get this figure because, like I said, it is a badass looking figure, and like I said, I enjoyed the lack thereof of action that we got from this character. You know what I mean? Like literally. But again, what was revealed this week was the Grand Inquisitor, of course, from Obi-Wan, the series itself, and we got a sneak preview of this figure when Vader was released. When we got that Vader reveal. So we knew that this was coming next. And then there's a trend running with it. When you see that head sculpt, when you see that person, that figure's coming next. We'll get to that a little bit later. But yes, this was basically revealed. Me, myself, I like the way it looks. I like the detail that actually comes with it. I like that we actually get that LED USB saber. So definitely I love that. It does have a light up feature with the chest armor and the belt itself. That head sculpt looks just like Rupert to me. When I'm looking at it, it looks exactly like him. Like literally exactly like him. So they definitely nailed that. But then I got to always temper my expectations because I got to keep in mind this is a prototype. So it is subject to change. It might not be the same. We're only lucky with so many figures. We're not lucky with them all. But seeing this, yes, I think it's pretty decent. I think it's really, really decent. I'll go with you first. Ben, what do you think about this, man?
Oh man, I am hype as hell for this. Like this, like I am slightly miffed that this has come first, you know, because ultimately Riva was more integral to the story. You know, we saw her in action. She was a main character, you know, and the Grand Inquisitor was not. He was supporting cast at best. So yeah, that's a strange decision, but I absolutely love this character. I love a sassy arsehole, and the Grand Inquisitor really fits that mold. Like he, you know, just like, oh, like I should have tried harder when you killed me. Like I loved the way that Rupert Friend kind of played him. I think like I always liked him in Rebels and his backstory about being the, you know, the temple kind of guard and stuff. Like all of that stuff's really interesting. And yeah, like when we first saw those pictures, the design differences were a little bit of a head scratcher, but like after seeing Rupert Friend kind of there and what he kind of brought to the role, I just absolutely fell in love with it. And I'm really, really hoping that we get a Vader series, which basically sees Vader kind of babysit his Inquisitors, and we see more of the Grand Inquisitor, and we see Rupert Friend in action and stuff as well. So yeah, as you can tell, I'm very passionate about the character, and I'm really, really excited because, as you say, the head sculpt, even though it's a proto, just looks incredible. Like even those kind of in-person shots, like they've really captured the essence of his face. And then obviously they've, you know, it's nice to see an alien as well. Like you know, for me, the thing that inspired me as a child and you know, gave me my passion for Star Wars was monsters, aliens, you know, beasts, creatures. Like, you know, it was that fantastical element that always drew me to Star Wars. So I'm always more drawn to those characters. That's why, you know, you kind of Darth Maul and your Ewoks and things like that are all my kind of favorite characters, because they're just weird, aren't they? So yeah, I'm really excited. This is I'm not pre-ordering at the moment, or I'm trying not to pre-order, but I will be there waiting by the button, ready when this actually drops.
When it drops,
for sure. Yeah, definitely.
I gotta do this. I really have to do this because it's expected. And you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming.
I was like, anytime you hear I gotta do this, that means like my ass is about to be full blast on full screen in about 2 seconds. I think the figure looks awesome. Okay, it looks amazing. And the thing I think that stood out to me the most is the damn price. Okay, 260, right? Was it 260?
Yeah.
I'm never gonna see another Marvel figure at 260 unless he doesn't have 2 arms that he comes with. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But aesthetically, this figure looks amazing. Like Ben said, the head sculpt looks great. I think actually my favorite part of it is actually that cape. Because just the detail in the cape in the back, it almost looks reflective with the like red light on it. So it looks so good, man. And I think it is a wire cape as well. I'm pretty sure you're not gonna, if you do pose this figure, his arms are not gonna have to get, you know, raised all the way up, because that really wouldn't make sense. So aesthetically, it still makes sense as far as articulation of the figure. And we're in the state and age now where reveals are full faces. Okay. And for us to have seen the Riva reveal, it's like we're never going to see the back of anyone's head for the rest of Hot Toy releases for the rest of our lives, I'm pretty sure at this point.
So, you know, with that basically being said, should we count out the simple fact that we're not going to see a Mace, considering the simple fact that they just showed the back?
All I saw was a ball head. Who knows who the hell that was? That could have been just
a sideshow collectibles.
It could have just been like standard a black person's head. That's it. Bald head gentleman. That's all it is named.
Well, see, here's this photo scared the shit out of me.
Oh, you
Because
saw
we-
that, right? Yeah.
when I saw that, I was like, it's the back of her head. Oh shit.
I know. You
Yeah.
see,
Here
purgatory. Purgatory.
The back of her head. Oh shit. Here we
Back of
go.
the head
Oh,
syndrome.
damn, back of the head syndrome. We ain't gonna get this figure no tassel. But then, moving on, we actually saw it. So yeah, I'm quite Costa. What do you think about this piece, bro?
I love it. I think they did capture Rupert's face and everything.
Yeah.
I don't and I enjoyed the Kenobi series. I think
Yeah.
there were some writing issues,
Yeah.
but for me overall, I enjoyed it. The cool thing about this is they didn't do enough. They didn't do enough with the Grand Inquisitor, but maybe that was the point. So because we already know his backstory. We know he's a Jedi Temple guard and all that stuff, and he didn't really need to do too much in the series and didn't really ruin any kind of part of his character. I know that he doesn't look like the Grand Inquisitor from the animated series, but I'm fine with that. And I loved what actually sold it for me in the show is when we got the Sith eyes, when he was when he was
in the cantina.
angry.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm glad they did that. I'm glad we got and I'm glad we're getting that for this figure too. He's got the yellow eyes, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And we might hope for an animated version, but Sideshow, I don't think. I mean, they would have to step up their game or drop the price. If they would drop the price on those, I would go. I had them on pre-order. I dropped the pre-order.
Yeah, me too,
I
bro.
did that too. And if they were like 150, because they don't like, look at this 260, right?
Yeah.
260. You get the actor's face. You get it's beautifully done. The tailoring on the outfit is like amazing, and I believe the chest lights up. 260.
Yep, the chest and the belt. Yeah.
255. You have two figures that barely come with anything, don't have any other functions, and they look like vinyl dolls. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't have that extra like detail to give them that animated. Feel to them. So I'm excited about this one. And anytime to add another villain, hell yeah, let's do it. So
yeah, definitely, man. And it looks good.
I can't wait for Riva too. Yeah. I like Riva. Like some people had their issues, but that was mainly because of the writing. It was
the writing of the character.
They wrote yeah. So yeah, I'm this is gonna be I'm hoping they do a fifth brother too. So
hell yeah. I hope they do. I hope they actually do them all. I hope they do them all. But to have these two figures flanking Vader is going to be incredible. Like straight up, it is going to be incredible to have it. Shane, what do you think, bro?
There's only one. Well, there's only two characters in this show that I'm interested in, and that's Vader and Kenobi. I've ordered the Vader and the Kenobi. I gotta hold off. Same thing I said in my video. I need to see that head sculpt. If it doesn't get fixed, then I won't get it. If it does, then I'll consider it.
Gotcha.
Same thing I said in my video. I am a bit surprised that given that Riva had more screen time, that she wasn't announced first. But then again, someone in the comment section did point out that the Inquisitors, even though they're not the exact same appearance as it was in Rebels, the Inquisitor would already have like some sort of a fan base, and maybe that's the reason they did Inquisitor first. I think it looks super. I think 260. I genuinely thought 285 head sculpt was the going right now. You're getting a head sculpt, a very good head sculpt for 260. I'd say it's actually borderline excellent. I see this. He looks like the guy in the show to me. I think the USB lightsaber not been locked behind a DX paywall is super as well. And now they've set the precedent that if it's a Jedi or a Sith or anyone with some sort of a lightsaber, it should be USB LED powered. If I had to criticize the figure a bit, it would be that if you look at it there, his expression looks a bit, it just looks a bit blank. However, if you look at the more fighting poses, it looks perfectly like suitable for a more kind of a wielding a lightsaber type of pose. But I was watching another stream. I think it was yesterday or something, I don't know, and someone said, well, what do you expect him to be smiling? That just cracked me up. But then again, maybe Ben thought he was going to be smiling, and you thought
he's got those pointy teeth though, and it would have been quite cool to have a snarling kind of like, hello.
But no, I think this is great for anyone. Again, it's just like, I think this looks super for anyone who was a diehard fan of the Grand Inquisitor and a diehard fan of the show. Are we talking about Riva as well from what we've seen, or are you coming back to Riva later on?
Oh no, you can talk about it now, bro. We're cool. Talking about everything. Yeah,
that angle there looks like a photograph. I think that's super looking. I do think she was victim of bad writing. Well, at the start of the show, she was a victim of a lot worse than bad writing. Let's be honest. But she was definitely a victim of bad writing. I think if she had died a hero's death in the second last episode, that would have been really sent it home, because it was kind of a bit strange the way Vader and the Inquisitor left her alive. But I think this head sculpt looks great, and I do think it's coming, and I do think Mace Windu is coming. That second wave of Attack of the Clones. So yeah, this, I don't know, from this angle, if that head sculpt looks as good from all angles as it does in this angle, I think people will be very happy with this.
Yeah, definitely. I can't. I'm super excited about it. And can't wait till it's released or revealed. But again, we know that when they show the head sculpt, it's a done deal. You know what I mean? Because it's the same thing that they actually did with this Grand Inquisitor. So definitely excited about it. So yeah, I mean, for me, I'm definitely all in on this piece. I can't say it enough. Both the Grand Inquisitor and Riva are a must buy. Rich, what do you think about this piece, man?
So these photos are fantastic of both Riva and the Grand Inquisitor. I hope the prototypes are as good as when they are released. That's obviously, like everyone else has said, is sometimes an issue. I think as a character, I never watched Rebels, which is my own fault. But so I don't have a huge amount of investment on this character itself. But it's good to have a good, bold, sassy man on a panel or in a collection.
Yeah.
But yeah. So for me, it's a fantastic looking figure. I think the price is excellent. I think I haven't ordered him, and the only thing I have ordered from Obi-Wan is Obi-Wan and Vader. Instead of going down the Troopers route, I might go the Inquisitors route, because I think the Riva does look good. Riva looks great. But again, like to echo everybody else says, badly written. I wish that the Grand Inquisitor had more to do.
Yeah.
It would have been great to see him just slash some people down and just take care of some business. It would have been awesome to see that.
Yeah.
I think he looks just like Rupert Friend in this, and I genuinely hope to see him in future shows and future Star Wars material. He will sell. And what will happen is the moment he appears on another piece of material, he will go for a big amount of money. So if you got some points and stuff, put it towards these guys, because he will sell, and once he's gone for a long time. So I think for me, if I have some points and I want to get a nice display together, I will probably go for those two in the background. But my main focus is Vader and Obi-Wan right now. But I respect what they're doing at the moment with these LED lightsabers. And all the light up chest, and the suit looks great, by the way. I think he looks a lot bigger as well, which is nice to see. I think Vader looks nice and imposing as well. He doesn't look too small. I think they just got a real presence about them. So I think it'll be great to see what they look like in hand. Because obviously right now it's just prototype. But I think once I start seeing some people posing in really cool, I think I might end up taking the plunge, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that right now that's pretty much what it's looking like. When it comes to this figure, for me, I'm definitely going to take the plunge, but again, it's just one of those situations where I'm not going to pre-order. It's just not in my space to kind of pre-order right now. But I will get it. You know what I mean? Because I know it'll be available, and once it's available, I'm definitely going to get it. And that Riva figure again. Shout out to Hot Toys for even showing us this figure, because again, you're stepping up. You are giving us, and it gives me hope, especially with Wakanda Forever dropping. That means there's we'll get a Namor, we'll get whichever Panther iteration that we'll actually see. Hopefully Hot Toys, you bend the knee and actually give us a Selena Kyle, because there's another company that's not doing it. Which right now, from what they're basically saying, they have it's no plans for this year anyway. Maybe next year. When I hear maybe, I'm just like, I don't know. Which I can't end this. We can't end this discussion today without actually talking about this piece. And that is the
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, Leo.
Yes.
Can I just make a point there about
Yeah.
the whole Revit thing? Like,
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe a lot of people don't like the character now. Like, it's, and I wasn't completely sold either. I
Yeah.
genuinely thought like her story arc. I kind of called her story arc on Ben's show, and
Yeah.
I thought like her turning on Vader was a nice twist. I just it didn't make sense that they didn't finish her off. Like, but if you remember, a lot of people did not like Ahsoka when she first came on the scene, and now she's like beloved by so many Star Wars and original trilogy fans. She was not liked at all. She was annoying, and she got the a similar amount of like kind of
Yeah.
That first Clone Wars film was absolutely
atrocious,
horrible.
Yeah.
It was trash, and then they came back, and it was like, all right, cool.
That's serious.
Let's retool. Yeah, they wanted to retool it. They said, let's come back and just make it better. And they did. And I'm glad. I know they're happy that a lot of people stuck by them. But yeah, you make a really good observation there.
But it's great to see the head sculpt there. Like she's a female black character. I do think they're going to make her. And it does give me hope for that Zoe Kravitz Catwoman. I know I'm losing hope. I'm losing hope. And I watched the film again during the week. And although I'm losing hope, they did say, I know they said a lot of things on their Instagram, but they did say more collectibles coming from the Batman film. So fingers crossed that head sculpt's going, because when I was watching it the other day, I was like, how are they going to make her look that beautiful? Like,
Shane, let me ask you a question, bro, because this is what I never asked you. Are you getting the Hot Toys Nolanverse Selena Kyle?
The Hot Toys Nolanverse. Oh, sorry, the Catwoman, the Anne Hathaway.
The Catwoman, the Anne Hathaway.
I haven't committed yet. And I know what you're saying, a big Dark Knight fan. I probably should be. I haven't committed yet. I also haven't committed to the Batman Begins First Night Out look, because as much as I love the trilogy, as much as I love that Batman, that Catwoman, I still think the trend is bargain bin for more or less everything. It's almost like the exceptions are the ones that don't get reduced. So yeah, I'm waiting on that. Maybe I'll be wrong, but like long term, I would like to have my collection. Yeah, Lil, but I haven't pre-ordered it.
You haven't done it yet. So Shane, I'm gonna stick with you on this one here, man. Again, we see this in arts, the Batman figure dropping. We see how good that head sculpt looks from them. We see the accessories. We know now the price for the all-in. We know basically the price for the sculpted version, the rooted hair version. What do you think about it? I mean, is this now looking at this particular? Now, first of all, Shane, was this figure on your radar, whether it be Hot Toys or whether it be in arts?
I have the Hot Toys set like half paid off on a payment plan. That's the one with the bat signal and the base, which I really like. And it comes with all the accessories and everything but the kitchen sink, because I just thought that it really blew me away, that whole set. I put up a video during the week, and the thumbnail just said "out art." Now, underneath the thumbnail, it says, "Warning: this is a clickbait thumbnail." It literally says, "I'm joking."
Yeah.
I think a few people just saw the thumbnail and went straight to the comment section. And it was really funny for me.
Wow.
Because I was just like, did they not actually watch the video? Kind of, a few people got really salty and they're like, why would you talk about something you don't like? Okay, you didn't watch the video. Fair enough. You judged the book by the cover. I got you in my thumbnail. It literally says this thumbnail is clickbait, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
If they'd watched the video, I outlined clearly that the Batman for me, I really liked it. It was like a 4-star, maybe 4.5-star, but I'm not giving it the 5-star personally. I really enjoyed it. I watched it again during the week. It's film I'm going to go back to. I really liked it. But when it comes to in-art for that extra price and stuff like that, I think I'm going to reserve that for the stuff I'm really, really in love with.
Yeah.
Also in the video, I said that there's both versions do things, you know, good or better than each other. You know, there's certain things that they're good about the Hot Toys one, and there's certain things they're good about the in-art one. Mm-hmm. Hands down, well, it's rude to say hands down, I think, because the rooted hair sculpt on the Batman suit, I think that looks really good. I think that looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's something amiss with the Bruce Wayne sculpt. Plus, I'm a bit biased because I don't typically buy civilian characters. So I kind of outlined all of this that, you know, I really like the film and I really liked what in-art does, but I'm just going to stick with the complete set from Hot Toys with the signal and that base. I like the way it's modular. There's got the iceberg lounge LED part, and you've got the kind of gargoyle thing and that silly squirrel suit. I like it. I like that scene. I know a lot of people didn't, but yeah, look, so I do think the head sculpt on the rooted version in art is better, but for me, I just didn't get to the extra stage of love for this, so I'm not going to go in art. I don't think so. You know what I mean?
Yeah, got you. No, I got you, man. Definitely. And I think that's, again, I'm reserving because I'm just waiting to see who actually releases that Selena Kyle first before I dive in. And I'm leaning more towards the thought that Hot Toys may do it first. You know what I mean? I really think that they're going to do it first. That they will give us a Selena Kyle, and that we will see that. But I mean, I'm gravitating to them because of the simple fact that the accessories, the price of which, you know, and it's not taken away from in art because it looks good. But again, I don't know. It just depends. But and I think both figures actually have a benefit. I just don't know, you know, where I actually stand with it. Rich, I know you've been.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut across you there. Sorry, Rich. Sorry.
All right, man.
Can we just acknowledge that both versions are awesome? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Both versions are incredible, bro.
I heard people use the phrase, and it was particularly people who are really on the in-art side, and I recognize, I think the sculpt and root is better, but I heard people use the phrase night and day. Okay, night and day are opposites. Night and day, hot and cold, tall and small. Yeah, they're not opposites. You're really like, the two companies are doing great work. While I might think, okay, I think in-art has them on the head sculpt, I still think the body proportions are a bit skinny on the in-art version. They're not night and day. They're close. And, you know, maybe you decide either one is better. But they're not completely different. Like, sorry, Rich, I didn't mean to cut across you.
No, it's all right, man. No, I completely agree with you. Got to first of all say, what a time to be alive that we have such amazing 6-scale quality out there. Like, we get in this amazing. I mean, look at that. How good is that? That's just amazing. For me, I adore Batman, as you can see behind me. I love this film. It's the first part of a hopefully amazing trilogy. I have ordered, same as Shane, the Hot Toys Batman with the signal. Yeah. And I am going to buy I'm not going to buy the rooted hair because again, same with the Joker version, the Heath Ledger Joker. I don't know what I'm doing with these anyway, with the rooted hair. Don't want to mess with it, and I don't want it to look ridiculous, and I don't want to spend all that money on it, put a bit of gel on it and pomade, and then it's gone and it looks terrible. I'd rather stick to it being sculpted. I'm going to order the Bruce Wayne. I would have liked to have seen him in the biker one with the helmet, and when he goes into the ice lounge, and he looks like an absolute badass with that. But I think if they'd have done that, then people would have swapped their head sculpt onto the Batman. I think that photo there looks great. There are one or two where it's a bit sketchy, like that one.
Yeah, man.
But I do like the look. I was tempted to buy the third-party one that it came out a couple of months back, but I mean, I'm going to get this one. I'm going to get this, again, the rooted hair, and I'm going to get the, not the rooted hair, the sculpted hair, and the same with the other Batman.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to get basically one of each, and I'm going to get the signal. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically compare the two signals together as well.
Just to kind of see, yeah.
Just to see, yeah, because it's not that expensive at the moment. If you are pre-ordering, I tend not to pre-order stuff now unless it's a big chunk of change and I have to spread the payment costs. But for this, I will. I haven't got the Heath Ledger one, but I'm going to get that. I'm going to get the sculpted double pack on that one. I like this a lot. It's got a cashmere jacket. This one he's wearing now, the overcoat, is a cashmere jacket, die-cast cufflinks, stuff like this. Like, it's just like the attention to detail is fantastic. It looks it's a slight upgrade with a lot of the materials. So like the die-cast chest piece and stuff like the batarangs and stuff like that. The fact that there's the torch and it's all that kind of stuff like that. He does look a bit skinny on one or two of the photos. That one, he looks good. And they brought out a number of photos later on this week, like this one, where he's actually moving a bit more. Because
they show the articulation.
Yeah, they show the articulation, because there were one or two I was like, oh God, this looks like a very small statue. But I'm really happy about it. I love Batman anyway. This is going to be a definite one for me. My intention was to buy 2 Hot Toys Batman and have 2 different versions of him, one on the bike, one by the signal. And now I'm going to get an in-art one, a Bruce Wayne, and I'm also going to get a Hot Toys one with the bat signal. So
you're just super, you've overcommitted.
I'm overcommitted, yeah, but it's something that I truly love. And
that's what it's all about.
Yeah. And for me, I would rather get this than, like, say, we just spoke about it a minute ago, the Grand Inquisitor. He doesn't mean a hell of a lot to me, so I could put something down maybe further on down the line, but this I am definitely getting.
Definitely.
And so I'm going to be ordering this week, as well as the Heath Ledger Joker.
And I like that they gave us like that 40-day period, I think, that you can
that was good of them.
That they didn't just kind of leave it to whereas you're restricted to like a 4-day release period, because I guess they kind of understand now that it's better that you kind of expand it to get more bang for your buck, because they know a lot of people will
absolutely
order so.
And I think the unboxing experience is going to be interesting on both sides. My intention was to originally wait for the Heath Ledger to be released first to see if they matched up with the prototype before I put any money down on this one, but I'm like, if it doesn't get released by the 22nd of September, I'm going to miss out again. So I really need to put that money down on it. And it'd be very interesting to see, because it's all going to be released around the same time. The Batman are going to be released around the same time as a Hot Toys one. So is there going to be a bit of a Mexican standoff going like, oh, releases first, who twitches first kind of thing? But it'd be very interesting to see how it goes. But I like this a lot, as you can probably tell, and I'm really hyped by it.
Definitely, man. Before we actually move on to the next, I got a $4.99 super chat by my man from the Ghostbusters Plus collector. Collect what you love and be happy for anyone else able to get what they love. Thank you. That's true. Thanks for all the content, all you creators. Thank you very much for that, man. It definitely, whether you know it or not, that $4.99 super chat is going to go towards the Halloween initiative. Towards getting kids some costumes, man. So definitely I appreciate that. And thank you so much for it. And we also have a $2 super chat by Bob Dylan. Can't decide on the Hot Toys Bat Cycle. Please discuss. Yes, we will discuss that, Bob Dylan. We will get to that. Don't worry about it. We will. We will definitely get to that. But first, we got to go to the smoothest motherfucker of them all on this panel. Cam, what's up, bro? You getting this piece, man? Or is this one?
I was gonna do like a weird, like crackly voice, like I was like a teenager, like, huh, me? Like, me guys? But yeah, no, so I think this figure, honestly, I think it looks great. And like Focus was saying, for people to compare it is night and day. Completely off as opinions go. I think they both aesthetically look amazing.
Yeah.
I think
they do.
our main concern was just the articulation of this figure compared to the Hot Toys version, because in a sense we kind of know what Hot Toys can do as far as even in like a realm of articulation. But when we saw this one, it looked a little skinny, of course, skinnier because it didn't have like the fat suit, I guess, underneath. But I swear that when we do these streams, they hear us and they're like, all right, we're going to do something right after it. Because like after we talked about it on Wednesday on Say What, literally InArt put out the photos of, you know, the Batman suit, like articulating, like moving around.
Yeah.
And I was like, where the hell these come from? Like they just came out of nowhere. So, and I think my only other thing that I noticed that they actually did as well is that they added a lot more accessories with this figure compared to like Gandalf, as well as what was the very first one that they draw? Oh, the Joker had quite a few accessories, but this one I think is almost OD on accessories, you know, like as far as like even with like the Riddler cards, or everything that it comes with. So I mean, as collectors, we always want more, and this figure gives you that opportunity to get as much as possible that was in that movie, honestly. And when it stands up next to the other Hot Toys version, I guess we have to see when it actually gets dropped. But as of right now, I think they have them with the head sculpt. But I think both figures look great. And whoever adds this to their collection, you will not be disappointed, whether it's the Hot Toys or the InArt version. I think definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what I'm saying. Like both give you a level of, you know, excellence.
Definitely.
Whether you know, if you want, the thing is, the InArts version offers a level of realism that the Hot Toy version may not touch on.
Yeah.
The Hot Toys version gives you the accessories and the articulation that you want. And the differences between, I know right now, when we look at that, one of the biggest things, and I want to actually bring this up here, is that one of the biggest things that was in question, and Acosta, we talked about this on the show, I think Thursday, but one of the biggest things that was in question about the figure itself was, I know that a lot of people wanted that cape to be longer. They were talking about the simple fact that the cape was a tad bit too short compared to what we got. And I think it's like earlier on, and they are transparent about it. That's what I love about InArts and John and everyone over there, is they are transparent about it, and they will basically do it anything they can to address it. So they might, you know, again, elongate that cape because they look for feedback, and that's how we get it from is the great feedback. But when we look at this one again, this is the one. I think this is Shane. This is the one you said you actually have on order with the bat signal. You and y'all both have it on you and
It's just a really nice set, I think.
Yeah. It's definitely a nice set. And as you can see, you know, that cape is longer. We are going to talk about that bat cycle because I know people were basically they want to know, you know, whether or not I like it. I like the bat cycle. Definitely, that's the one I'm drawn. I'm so drawn to that bat cycle before even the figure, because I'm like, you know what? I know I'm going to get the figure, but that bat cycle is crazy. But this cape is definitely longer. It does give you the wide articulation. I think they both do. This one does come with the bubble suit. We call it the bubble suit. So yeah, I mean, it does go with this piece. It'd be funny if it actually came with like a miniature like blow up. You can just blow it while you. That'd be insane. But Costa, you getting this piece, man?
I'll probably. I'm leaning more towards the Hot Toys version because you could. If I was to get the InArt version, I would go with the sculpted hair because, and just the Batman, because I probably wouldn't take his cowl off. So I don't see me taking the cowl off. I mainly I'll have him full Batman in the display. And to be honest, we've seen those pictures where that person like cut the pictures in half and like put them together. They do not look that far off for me to say one is better than the other. I mean, we're really just looking at pictures. We don't have anything in hand. We don't know what either of the body's going to be like. Don't know what the materials are going to be like in person. Will they last over time? We're all just speculating on what pictures that we see, and I guess that's what we do, or we would wouldn't have too much content.
Yeah, true.
But that Hot Toys one, you get more bang for your buck. You don't know if InArt is going to come out with the Bat Cycle, and for me, if a figure or a fandom that I like the Batman, I love Batman.
Yeah,
that Bat Cycle is definitely got to come home if I'm getting this figure. It's like vehicles are a big thing. I mean, they tend to end up being grails in the end, and we don't know if Hot Toys is going to make another Bat Cycle. So and we don't know if the InArt Batman will articulate onto that Bat Cycle. And you hope that Hot Toys version does articulate on the Bat Cycle.
Yeah.
One thing that I do find funny is looking at comments when InArt's released their latest info in their feed. You see people asking for different things for them to change. They're like, hey, can you smooth out this? Can you do that? And I'm not used to just like, hey, can you do this for me? You should do this for me. If it's something that's minor, I'm like, that's kind of ridiculous to start asking for them to be exactly like like down to the little dent in whatever, because I'm going to be honest, I didn't realize that InArt's cape was shorter until you guys said something. Like, I guess I don't go as deep sometimes. I looked at the main photos and I'm like, oh, this is really good. And the other thing is that I think we discussed the other day is why do the Bruce Wayne figure and the Batman figure have similar accessories? I don't need double Riddler cards. I don't, all the doubles. I wish they would have, changed some things up on the Bruce Wayne side where you got, different accessories with that figure, instead of like, if you're going all in, or if you buy both Bruce Wayne and Batman, you're just going to have a bunch of doubles, which,
if you get like the all-in version that they're going to give you, that is interesting, because it's like, if you're getting the all-in version, then there's no need to actually have two sets of accessories. You know what I mean? Like, especially if it's the same. So, I mean, that is a, unless there's something that I'm missing. I don't know if it's something that I'm missing when it comes to that. Maybe there is, I don't know. But I mean, if they both actually come with the cards, and everything, then I don't know.
And the Hot Toys one
version.
Go ahead.
Which is
if the all-in version was the Bat, the Cat, and the Signal, it'd be a very different conversation.
Yeah.
Oh hell yes. That
it'd be a very different conversation.
It'd be a dope conversation, because that I would get right off the bat, with no question, because again, that's what I want. And
you barely had him in his Bruce Wayne persona. I mean, at least in this look, it was for one scene at the church for the funeral. So like having either his like the version where he's like in his like road gear,
the
I
drifter.
guess you call it.
The
drifter.
Yeah.
That version, or with the Catwoman, because that makes way more sense. And these would, you want to talk about pre-orders, if they had the Selena Kyle and it looked as good as this, I mean, they're just gonna be, they could print the money, they're making money left and right for it, because I would have went all in easy. If they got good rooted hair for Selena Kyle, that would be excellent.
Can I just interject a sec? Obviously, we've got to be patient with stuff like this. They're always going to go with the main lead of this film. wouldn't we all kick ourselves if suddenly next month after the pre-order window closes, that Selena Kyle gets made? And you'd be like, God damn it, I need an in art now, and you would. So
I know what to do in that situation. I got you. You go to a Facebook group and you write "in search of" for a reasonable price. Never fails. Never fails.
But
you will get no abuse.
Problem with that though. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I guess we actually have InArt's roadmap. They listed every single figure that they're working on, unless they want to surprise us. So Selena Kyle is nowhere in there, and there are only a few figures on that list that I'm excited about. Where I'm hoping that their Superman is the Christopher Reeve Superman, because they don't put a designation on it. That would be awesome. And you know,
I think they've already said it's Cavill.
Yeah,
they did.
John said on the street
and the black suit one.
I think they said that.
Yeah.
Really? Should I bring
said.
up the list that I had last week of WB licenses out there that they could do?
Exactly.
Magic Mike.
Magic Mike. Yeah. Gotta have that guy out there.
Everyone's
Channing Tatum, baby. Oh, sorry.
Here's the thing. It's crazy. Here's the thing, though. With the Selena Kyle, they, John behind the scenes, or he even actually said this on the show, is that there's no date for that, and actually there's no talk about it for this year at all.
Okay.
They don't know about next year. They have no idea if it's going to happen. He has no idea if it's going to happen next year, but he's like, this year there's no plans to make it at all. So that list that we actually saw was a solid list of what they're going to release and what's in their plans to release coming next. Which the next figure could be Wonder Woman, it could be Batman, it could be Superman. We don't know. It could be another Lord of the Rings figure, it could be Harry Potter. Exactly. So that's the thing, is like that list is what they're sticking to, and there's no mention. And what he said is there's basically right now there's no interest in releasing the Selena Kyle at the moment, and which I don't particularly understand, but it is what it is.
Yeah, we need Riddler as well.
Yeah, we definitely do need the Riddler. So
villains, man.
Yeah, I mean, you can get Riddler basically on a third party market, because I think there's third party, and it's a decent.
Yeah. It's Daft Toys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is it okay?
Yeah, it looks really good.
130 quid.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, so it definitely does look good. Ben, did you talk? Did I get to you yet about this?
I did not know, but my opinion doesn't really matter.
Yes, it does.
So it probably doesn't matter, because I'm definitely not picking either up. I have always loved Batman because of the Rogues Gallery. Like my love for the Batman comics, animated series, games, like films is always because of that Rogues Gallery and the villains. So I am never ever drawn to kind of picking up that Batman figure, like however awesome it is. I'm just always gonna opt for that kind of alternative choice. But I was one of these guys that was like, I don't know how much better the InArt can really technically be from Hot Toys. Like, how can you improve on perfection? But then they've dropped this, and it's weird. It's like if I buy a microwave meal from Aldi, and then I buy a microwave meal from like Waitrose here in the UK, like Waitrose, you know is better, but I couldn't tell you why it's better, but I know it's better, and I accept that because of the increase, the slight increase in price, So like I do think the InArt is better, and I would find it impossible to kind of eloquently put why that is, but it just for me it's just coming off as better. Like it's just coming off as having that kind of high-end realism more so than the Hot Toys, which is mad to me to say out loud, because Hot Toys has always been that premier realism. Like there's nothing better than Hot Toys, but like for me, I'm now looking at something that is better, in terms of that realism and the effect that it gives me. But as a couple of you guys have said, these are all just pictures. They're just pictures, and specially lighted and
Yeah.
maybe even doctored in Photoshop after and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
very hard to kind of have proper opinions on that. It is a weird choice. Like, I've moaned before on this show about how I don't like double packs when there's the same character. So my opinions on that. So it is frustrating that they kind of went down that route, especially with it not being the drifter. Like I do think it's a very niche market of people that would want that. Funeral scene, Bruce or whatever. So it's an easy pass for me, and it to be honest, I think I'm priced out of in-art anyway from the start. Like, before they even if they announced the character that I'm in love with, like I'd find it really hard to kind of justify those prices to myself. Like I'm a third-party collector as well, and I do that sometimes because it's an opportunity to get a character that I love. Do I know that it's not as real as Hot Toys or not as good? Yeah, but then I'm not paying as much, so I'm fine with that. The one thing I would be in the market for, so once Rich has compared the two, I'll have the one you don't want, is the bat signal.
Deal.
I'll have the worst bat signal.
There real quick.
Obviously, mates rate, so
Of course.
And there was an idea someone gave me. I can't remember who said it, but shout out to whoever said it on one of these streams. But like, they said about getting 1/6 scale cats, and I was like, how cool would it look, right, to have the bat signal and like 1/6 scale cats, like all kind of like draped on the bat signal and stuff. And then if we do get that Selena, to have her there with the cats, with the bat signal, and then maybe even build up a kind of rose gallery around the bat signal, so you can have your kind of Riddler. And then of course we're going to get, Mr. J down the line, and whoever maybe sort of leads the villain in the sequel. So that's kind of my vision, is bat signal and rogues gallery, but it's an easy pass for me on Batman.
This picture right here reminds me of, like, Cam, going into like Macy's, or like back in the day going to like Macy's or going like a department store, and you see like the mannequin that's standing there, right? So like, check it out. You see the mannequin standing there fully clothed, right? And you see it there, and then you shake the mannequin and the hair just goes a different way, bro. Like,
off the side,
it'll fall off to the side, and it's like you try to put it, or somebody puts it back on, and just can never get it right. That's what this picture reminds me of.
That's why I'm avoiding rooted by all. It's just, I don't want that on my hands.
Yeah, it's like,
there's another thing as well. I was just thinking during the week, and I was like, I still wouldn't completely rule out picking up maybe the rooted Batman version. I don't have any interest in the Bruce Wayne. Like, if I was getting a Bruce Wayne, it was going to be Bale, but I don't think I'll do that either. But like, I was thinking about it, like, and for me, like with the Hot Toys one, as much as sometimes I will pair it, maybe holding the cowl with the newly designed messy hair and the head sculpt on. But with the Joker, like, he doesn't have a mask. It's always going to be exposed. It's always going to be, you don't have the option to cover up the face. The head sculpt has to be good. Whereas with Batman, like, it's like 90% of the time, if I have a Batman figure, it's going to have the cowl on. You know what I mean? So for paying for the rooted sculpt is just for those times when you're not going to use the cowl. That's a big step up, I think. Just thinking out loud, sorry.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like, this rooted, I'm not gonna lie, the rooted on the Batman version is incredible. It looks really, really good. And the thing is, it's like, that's why I can't wait to get the NR's Joker. Because like I said, that's always going to be the deciding factor for me when it comes to anything. I know we have a small window, but I am like now leaning more towards the Hot Toys version, because of the simple fact that, again, I mean, this does look good. Here's the thing.
That looks amazing, that photo.
There's no right or wrong when it does. It looks phenomenal, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you want that realism, this is what you got here. I mean, and this is what we can basically expect. So for me, there's no right or wrong. Put it this way. Everybody, what we're basically saying, there's no right or wrong choice. You know what I mean? Because whichever one you get, you're going to have an amazing figure. Like literally, you're going to have an amazing piece. And I love that. I love the simple fact that we have choices. You know what I mean? We have choices now of what we basically want and who we want to support. And on top of that, for those who said, you know what, I'm getting both. You got choices. You want to get them both. You'll be able to compare them both. You have the best of both worlds. There's no wrong way. And I love that because I already said this and I'll continue to say it. When they released that Wonder Woman, there is no question. There is not a single question. I'm buying it. Plain and simple. I am getting that. And we already know it's going to be Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
I'm getting that.
It's going to be fire, though.
I am getting that figure. Like,
are you getting the 84 version that's coming out, the Hot Toys one?
Yeah, I am.
He's getting them all.
I'm getting them all. I just love the Wonder Woman character, so I am getting them all. So yes, I am. I will have that definitely. So I cannot wait till they do that. But yes, I mean, definitely, there's no right or wrong way, man. For everybody who's getting this piece, if you want it, and the thing is, like I said, the windows, and I think they have that window expanded because they know that this is a draw. They know that pretty much everybody out there wants this figure and they want to, again, it's an opportunity to have it in hand. So why not? You know what I mean? So I applaud them for that. Everybody else there, we already know, like I said, I put this out there before. Everybody was like, they're going to either get the InArt version or the Hot Toys version, which you're leaning towards, what you think that you're actually going to get. We got what says he's going to go to the Hot Toys version. So definitely that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to hear and see. Whoa, let's see this. Don't play with me. Don't Bob Dylan, don't do this to me, bro. Don't. Come on, Bob Dylan. Don't play with me, man. Please don't. Come on, man. Don't.
Whoa.
Damn.
Is that that's official, is it? Or? Wow.
Damn.
He needs a moment.
He left.
He'll be back in 5 minutes.
All right. Yeah. Well, those look good. That's a good looking photo, y'all.
Yeah, that's a pretty damn good sculpt.
Got the shiny lips.
I was gonna say those lips look damn.
Steady on.
Everybody relax.
It's about time they released the Padmé.
Yo, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the InArt's version. He said, okay, Bob Dylan said InArts will be working with the painter with Gal experience from what I've heard. Yo, Bobby D, thank you for that, bro. Thank you for giving me hope. Thank you for giving me hope, man, because I will have it. And so will
I mean, if it comes out like that, then I might
yeah.
use the term night and day with Hot Toys.
You might use the term hot and day. I mean, not night and day, hot and day.
Yeah, because
hot and day is a new term. But hot and day, but not. So yes. If they do drop that, man, if that's the truth, I'm in. I'm all in. Yes, that is a day one for me. You've heard it here. That is a day one for me. But anyway, everybody, it's been a great show, man. Thank you guys for coming through. Thank you guys for always being supportive. Again, before we actually, close out, I do want to always promote this to let people know that we are still heads on with the Halloween initiative. This is going to be running until the end, or actually mid-October. There is going to be, there is a, currently right now, a raffle. There's going to be a raffle. I'm going to put that information up. So on Say What on Wednesday, you'll have full detail of the figure. Again, it's going to be the Iron Scavenger from Jazz Inc. That is basically going to be the raffle figure, and that is coming courtesy of Funky Code Santa. So thank you very much, Funky Code Santa, for that. So yes, that will be the raffle it will be a raffle for that figure going towards a great cause, which is going towards the again, Halloween initiative for kids who can't really afford to get costumes. We will be supplying that. Your name will be on a costume. Give it to the kids. If you've donated, each name that's donated will be listed on the costume given to a kids as a thank you. And I will actually take pictures of those costumes given to kids so they can say thank you to the person who gave it to them. So you'll always know that it's going towards a great cause. So again, everybody out there, thank you. We got a $5 super chat by or super sticker by S Beam. Thank you so much for that, bro. Your name goes in as well. Whether you like it or not, when you donate a super chat, your name goes in. If you don't like kids. If you don't like kids, it's still going to basically go on. So again, thank you guys for being here with us today. My man, Rich, what you got coming up, bro?
Yes, brother. If you need somebody for Say What on Wednesday, you can throw my name in if you want. Got a bit of time off this week if you want.
We're gonna have Rich on Say What.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be staying
We
up,
can do
getting
that.
some coffee down me.
We can do that. We can do that.
Thank you,
Okay.
brother. That'd be nice.
Okay.
Thanks for having me as always. Tuesday, everybody, please subscribe to Reviews with Rich.
Oh, yes.
Because on Tuesday we are doing the first inaugural, I said it right this time, film club. It was delayed last week to this Tuesday. So 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern, and then 1 Pacific. But obviously I'll have 1-6 man, Leal, Cam,
yes,
Ben, and Shane on Killer Cam on my stream, and I can't wait. We're gonna have such a laugh. I've got some funny clips, got a bit of trivia. We're gonna be talking about a film a week, and this one is 89 Batman, and the following week we're gonna be Top Gun Maverick. I can't wait to have this discussion. It's gonna be such a laugh. Be nice just to talk about something that's not collecting as well, just our love of film. So it'll be really nice to do that, and really looking forward to doing my first one ever. I'm on my hoping to get to 200 subscribers by the end of this week, little by little. But I'm going to be pushing out the content, and I've got my DX19. I've got my Prime 1 to do a review of as well. So I'm going to start getting some reviews out there and just get myself out there a bit more. I need to do it. And I love doing it. So yeah, so if anyone can subscribe to Instagram, Reviews with Rich, and my YouTube, I would really appreciate it. I'm hoping for 1K off at least 500 by the end of this year. So thank you, everybody.
Yes. As always, man, thank you for being here, Rich.
Thanks, brother.
And thanks for the great content. Again, if you haven't already subscribed, get over there to subscribe and subscribe with Reviews with Rich on IG and YouTube. Great content. Killer Cam, Cousin Cam, what you got going on, man?
What's going on, man? Thank you for having me for another beautiful Sunday with my favorite people to end in this week. Getting ready for a new week coming up. I'll be on a review with Rich to Tuesday, and then on Wednesday I'll be back on Say What with you. I'm gonna try to do some more photography as well as a couple more reels of the figures that I do have left to still review. And then, of course, I'll be back on here at Collector's Lounge next week, and hopefully I'll do another episode of the new if we have a release. I don't know. I don't see another figure dropping this week, but you never know. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
As always, man, thank you for basically being here with us. As always, my man, Pop Culture Living Room, Costa, what's going on with you, man? What you got coming, man?
Thanks for having me. I was super excited to do this. A lot of amazing people on this panel that I admire. What do I have coming up? I took a little break because that last video was a monster, but I am working on some reviews. I have stuff piling up and some previews, but I'm also working on a new case that hopefully I'm doing a prototype this weekend. So if it all works out, maybe I'll be able to do the video soon on that. And it'll be lots of fun, and I'll show you how to make it. But I might also put it up like for sale on Etsy or something, get a big bunch of them and do do like an order for him. I don't know. We'll see. If you want to learn how to make this garage shelf thing back here, you can go to my channel.
Oh yes.
It is that's comparable to 3 DF120s. It's almost half the price. It actually is half the price if you get 3 DF120s. And yeah, I hope you guys invite me back. I had such a good time, and I can't wait to see you guys all out there collecting.
Oh yeah, let's go, man. So good to have you here again. Pop Culture Living Room with my man Consto on IG and YouTube. Make sure you've actually followed him and his great content over there. So thank you for being here as always. This next guy, come on, man. You know what it is, man. If y'all living under a rock, I mean, we talk about Focus. We talking about Mr. Clean. I mean, the list goes on. I can give him so many different damn names, but I mean, come on, man. You already know him. You already love him. 16-figure Focus, bro. As always, brother. Thank you for being here, man. What you got going on,
man? Thanks very much again. Like, you know, it's just it's a great way to round off the weekend, and it's a stream where I don't have to get up until at 2:30 in the morning. Best of luck, Rich. No, it's totally worth it. Say what is just great crack, like, you know.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's get the coffee into you. It's a good show. Costa, the fact that you refer to that as a garage shelf is just insulting to your own beautiful work, man. That is, if you didn't tell me, I just assume it's some sort of mod case. They're they're just slick, man. And so Posing with Peter spoke very highly of you as well when we were talking. Look, thanks very much for having me. What's coming up on the channel? I did an episode of Visions yesterday with Nick's Collectibles, the guy who designed Lael's logo. Just a really nice guy, really interesting.
Yes,
really enjoyed it.
He is.
Strange one. I spoke backstage to Lael, Rich, Ben, and Cam. I think the stream has come full circle. It's very important to me that I'm honest and that I am transparent. And I always will be, like, and I just, like, I hope the passion comes through in my videos, like, but
yes, it does.
Yeah, Friday night, this sounds so weird to say, but Friday night T-Dubs kind of slid into my DMs. So there's a story behind it. There's a context. I made a video today, and it's just a kind of like just going to outline what prompted this message, what they said, and what I responded. Yeah. It's just never a dull day in the world of the Devil's Workshop.
Yeah.
But look, it's scheduled for tonight, so have a look.
Yeah, man, definitely can't wait to watch it. I'm expecting to see a whole bunch of you mother beep 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 beep. I'm expecting to see a bunch of that, but nah, I know it's gonna be some honesty, man.
Keep it focused.
You just gonna keep it focused. Keep it focused, pun intended, bro. And I want to watch it because, again, the thing is, it's like, bro, our job is to be honest, but to also call out the bullshit when we see it. But it's well-rounded. It's not just one particular company. It's pretty much everybody. If there's unfair practices when it comes to figure collecting, and when we're getting our figures, that's the only thing that I look at when I talk about unfair. Everything that goes on behind the scenes, I have nothing to do with. You know what I mean? Yeah. Give me my shit, put it in my hands, and I'm good. Not literally my shit, because I don't want my shit in my hands.
We knew what you meant.
Nah, I just
put it this way, Leo.
Kind of nasty. Feces.
I provide them constructive criticism.
Yeah. That's it. And that's what it's about. Constructive criticism, bro. We need that. We need more of that. Again, man, if you haven't already, 16-figure Focus on IG and YouTube, man. Thank you for being here. Attention seeking geek, my man Ben.
Thinking.
Attention seeking.
Attention
thinking geek, man. Thank you for being here, bro. What you got coming up, man?
So I'm back doing live streams. No one asked, but I'm back. And I will be doing my new show, Intro Gnarly. So basically, I'll go live for the introductory episode of a show and then come back for the finale of that show, and we'll talk about everything that's gone on. So it is the turn of my favorite Jen here, Miss Walters. So we'll be looking at She-Hulk episode 1. I'm really excited for that. just need to try and put together this costume between now and then. So yeah.
Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it, bro?
Look,
Are you gonna do it?
just tune in, okay?
I can't wait.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Just tune in, okay? Sub up the attention-seeking geek, and I will repay you in some hideous things.
Yo,
that you will
everybody
never be able
right
to.
now, listen, we got 107 people in here right now. 106. I don't give a fuck. Whatever y'all doing, whatever the fuck y'all doing right now, I need y'all to go on everybody's channel right now and sub. Who gives a fuck? Sub on everybody's channel right now, man. We need to get Project 1000 for everybody, man. And I want to see this shit. I want to see him dress the fuck up. Please sub. I want to see him dress up now, man. Make sure you do that shit. Like straight up. I do want to see that. Let's go.
You did dress up for Tuesday as well, Ben.
Just tune in to subscribe to Reviews with Rich. Be there Tuesday night.
Yes.
I can't wait. I can't
Man,
wait.
can't wait.
I cannot wait, man. If you haven't already, get over there and make sure that you have actually subscribed to my man Ben, 16-figure focus, attention-seeking geek, pop culture living room. My man Cam's collection, Killer Cam. Yo, we gonna keep calling you Killer Cam until actually Killer Cam comes on the show. Be like, yo, I don't like you taking my name,
Dipset.
bro.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Straight up. Rich, thank you for being here, everybody. We got a $19.99 super chat by my bro. My man, man, thank you for that. Jonathan King for the initiative. Great show. This community is the best. Thank you for being here, man. And thank you for the super chat as always. My bro, Calvin Williams, coming through. Shout out to this dope panel. Thank you guys for always holding me down every Sunday morning while doing my honey-do list. I can feel you. Thank you. The anniversary is much appreciated. Of course, my guy, man. I got to give you that, man. Exactly. Happy anniversary. And for many, many more, man. Thanks you for everybody that actually tuned in for today's show. We love y'all again every Sunday, same time, same channel, giving you nothing but the honest opinions and this great content. This is what we actually try to do, man. And this is why we do this show. Is just to kind of bring it to you, man. So we definitely appreciate that. Remember, tune in tomorrow. We will be talking comic book talk with friends on the 16 Scale Man channel for, of course, She-Hulk, and why that show is necessary, because there's a lot coming down the pipeline with that show, and why it's necessary and why it's important, especially for the innovation of the Hulk himself, Bruce Banner. I'm telling you, it's done well. I love this fucking show. I've always loved She-Hulk. I've collected her since her first entry. Definitely love the comic books. Definitely loved it. Even, I mean, listen, she was the first official character before any of them to break the fourth wall. Give her her respect. Give her her respect. So I definitely love the character. So excited about it. I'm also working on my Take Your Position Taskmaster versus the World. He is going against everybody, and I cannot wait. I'm in the middle of it right now, so that'll be up pretty soon. Say What on Wednesday, and then of course Figure Flex Friday, and then back here with us on Sunday. So thank you for being here. Tune in, and definitely I got to keep plugging this. Toya's show is going to be coming soon. So basically it's going to be centered around the women of collecting and women behind the scenes of the collectors. So if you have a female who basically wants to be on the show and wants to talk about her adventures with a collector, that show is going to be up. And I'm pretty sure that, her show is going to be based around girls just having a chit chat, sipping wine, talking about collecting, but also is geared towards collecting in general, because like I said, she's a geek and always exactly right. So yes, it's going to be a great show. I cannot wait for it. I can't wait for her to debut. So when she's ready for it and she's ready to actually introduce it, we'll be going full-fledged on that. So stay tuned. Again, everybody, thank you so much for being here. We love y'all, and we can't do this without y'all. We will see y'all next week, so tune in. But other than that, peace and love. Simply, we love y'all. Let's be out.